Hello everyone, welcome back. How should I start? Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name's Jade, and if you didn't know, I am a full-time barista. I'm 26 and got married about a year and a half ago, so we are in desperate need of more syrups. I haven't made a batch of syrups in like many months because we moved. So this is a brand new apartment. So we're filming for the first time in my new kitchen. So excited. Actually, before we start, let's take a moment for my apron. This is my work apron. I love it. If I can find it, I'll link it below. It was from Amazon. It was like a small business on Amazon, and I really like it. But so we're gonna make 3 syrups today. We're gonna make an apple cider, like apple pie syrup. We're also gonna make a sugar cookie syrup and just a standard vanilla syrup because I try to always have vanilla in the house. I already started the apple cider syrup, apple pie syrup prep because that one was definitely the most involved. I wanted to make a fresh apple pie spice. So at work, I made like an apple pie syrup last winter. And so I had like all the notes from that, and I'm basically just applying all of that from my coffee work journal. The recipe at work was just apple juice with seasonings and other things. But since this one is already spiced, I'm just going to basically add a cinnamon stick and a clove because those are both already in the cider and I have them, so I kind of just wanted to use them with some dark brown sugar because that's apple pie. Okay, so to make this syrup, we're gonna put it on the stove. So I got a saucepan and I pretty much do most of my syrups at home in a pan like this because it's heat resist, like it can take the heat and the handle so you're not hurting yourself. But I prefer to weigh out things as much as possible. So instead of like measuring it with a cup, we're just gonna measure the 240 milligrams for 1 cup of the cider, which is also the same in grams. So I have my scale in grams and I'm gonna measure it to 240. Okay, that's 250 and that's fine. And then I'm gonna put in the cinnamon stick and the clove. Also a cup of brown sugar. At work, I would do a cup and a half to a cup of apple juice, but I'm gonna just do 1 cup because the cider is already sweet. Let's just do like, I don't even know. I don't know. I'll do 150. We're gonna do 150 of the dark brown sugar. The apple spice is just gonna be for topping the drinks with, so that's not going in right now. But now that that's all together, we're gonna move it over to the stove. Put this on medium heat. I'm gonna bring it to a boil first, so I'm gonna actually put it on higher heat. I forgot to move my huge light with you, so that's over here with us now. I'm just gonna mix this until the sugar is dissolved, and then I'm gonna bring it to a simmer. So I will see you in probably like 5 minutes for that. All right, now that I have the apple one simmering on the stove, I'm gonna periodically stir that, but now we can go ahead and start another syrup. So this one is gonna be the sugar cookie syrup, and the recipe that I got that I'll link somewhere on the screen or whatever it calls for you to also put it on the stove and simmer it down into a thicker syrup, but I don't care to do that. I'm just gonna mix it all together at once and it's gonna taste great. I'm gonna put the sugar in first. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So we're just gonna take a spoon and just put freaking 2 spoonfuls. And then it needs 1 cup of granulated sugar. And this is where I keep my granulated sugar. It's very bright. Normally I use the sugar in the raw for like a sugar base for all the syrups, and that's what I'll use for the vanilla. But since this is a sugar cookie recipe, I wanted to keep it like true to a sugar cookie, which is granulated sugar. Now I'm stirring. Now we're gonna do a cup of water. I boiled a bunch of water in my little electric kettle. And now I'm just gonna stir this until it's dissolved. Okay, next I'm going to add in all of the extracts. So this one calls for 3 teaspoons of vanilla, 2 teaspoons of butter extract, and then I'm gonna add a half teaspoon of almond. It said that you could add less, but I like almond, so I think this will be good. And it doesn't say this, but I'm gonna add just a dash of salt because that is just, you know, that's just what I'm gonna do. Sure does smell like sugar cookie. Spectacular. That's so good. And then this one is looking it's looking much thicker now. So I'm gonna pull this off and let that cool. Okay, this one we're gonna let cool. And next we're gonna do vanilla. So for vanilla, it's just vanilla extract, sugar, and water. A basic simple syrup is equal parts water and sugar. So like 1 cup water, 1 cup sugar, same amount in gram, so that you can change based on how much you want to make. So I already measured out a cup of the sugar in the raw. I have some vanilla bean, and I'm gonna add that to my vanilla extract. Anytime I have anything vanilla in the house, it goes into the vanilla syrup. So we've had like vanilla bean paste from Trader Joe's, as well as vanilla extract and this vanilla bean, and I'll put all 3 into the syrup. We'll just throw in our sugar first. Oh yeah, this is not a cup. This is 200 grams. This is 200 grams. That is a cup, whatever. Now I'm gonna stir. I'm gonna add the 200 grams of hot water, and now I'm just gonna stir this until the sugar dissolves. I've seen before from people making syrups that like it's better for the extracts for you to wait for it to cool more before adding the extracts so it doesn't like dilute the flavor, I guess, but I don't really care about that. All right, now that my sugar is all dissolved, I'm gonna add the vanilla items. About this much of the vanilla bean, then just a healthy splash of extract. 1 tablespoon, about pinch of salt, also something I learned online. Imagine if that was pepper. That would be so funny. As the vanilla bean sits with the water longer, it just intensifies the flavor too. I'm so sad that I made these so late in the day because now I can't have a coffee with them. But the last step is just to bottle these now. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, everyone, that is it for today's video. I hope this video was helpful for you in giving you inspiration or the desire to start making your own syrups. They're super easy, super fun. You can customize them to however you like them. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Remember to treat others, including yourself, with kindness, love, and respect. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye. See you next time. Like and subscribe, please. I work so hard. Look, I even put the lot back together, and I got the tripod, and I got the microphone. Please like it. Please subscribe. I want you here so bad. Well, see you next time. Bye.